All, all right, everybody. It is 5 o'clock p.m. or close enough there anyway. And welcome to the Happy Hour live stream. Once again, it's me. It's that VINCE. It's definitely Happy Hour, folks. Got myself a tall glass of the great Thomas Creek Brewery. That's right, folks. Thomas Creek Brewery. I don't drink beer too often, but when I do, it's from Thomas Creek Brewery. Yep, good old Irish style red. That is so freaking awesome. Hey, Wally. Hey, Kat. Sadie, you need a new gimmick, all right? We've already you've done that for about a week or two. Sadie's boring. Find someone like Austin or Jesse Montgomery or someone from Helix Studios. I don't care. Get someone a little bit better than Sadie. Everybody's getting tired of Sadie. The piss troopers are probably getting tired of Sadie. But it's 5 o'clock p.m. What are you guys drinking and smoking? Of course, I'm not smoking much. Where'd my lighter go? But folks, it's been a kind of a busy week there, you know. Yesterday was pretty bad. Well, halfway bad, halfway good, you know. Bad news is I lost a major order, so that's about $300 out of my pocket. The good thing is that, I got my cable fixed, and, sometimes the cable doesn't work all the time and everything like that, but it's good that, the cable man came and helped me out with the cable, So, there, That's the only good thing that happened, Yep. Or was that the plumber? Either way, the cable's fixed and the pipes are cleaned, or something. But that's how the day is going there, folks. And pipe, I mean, yeah, well, anyway. But, woo boy. Other than that I've pretty much done well for Christmas, thank goodness. Also doing a lot of stuff. I'm trying to get everything finished by the end of the year. So that way when I go back to work, everything's pretty much automated. Wally, what's with the pointing? Oh yeah, smash the like button, folks. But that's how my week is going so far. That's how yesterday went, Sadie, I'm going to change your gimmick there because if I see it Friday, you're going to be putting time out. The gimmick's old. You've been using it for a week. You got to find another porn star, So, of course, this is a Q&A, so I'm going to put one cold video, Greg Doucette on, then we're going to hit a classic Jason Genova video. But let's go ahead and get this taken care of, folks. Let me light the little cigarette. Hey, Frank, what's up? We're going to do a little, Greg Doucette, and we're going to add a little piss at the end. Yeah, he's looking a lot worse now, Wally. But what can you do, folks? What can you do?
One of the reasons I made this video, guys, was just to kind of destigmatize things like this. Because a lot of people think about them, but they don't. They're kind of concerned what other people think about them if they get that done. Like, oh, you're superficial or...
By the way, this video is about hair transplants. Something that Greg has had in this... I don't know what this is, but whatever.
Or you don't need that, or...
He's not faking this, hiding it from the world, and so good on you, Juju Mufu. Kojak Coach Greg, in today's video, Juju Mufu shaves off all of his hair.
I grew my hair out originally because, I like heavy metal, warriors, barbarians, stuff like that.
And so he first grew out his hair because he liked long hair, the punk rock style.
We'll do the Sean G video tomorrow on the Midnight Run.
A fan of it. Perhaps like the WWE wrestlers, a lot of those guys had long hair, big muscles, long hair, which is just something he was into. But over the years, it's become more of a hassle. He doesn't like washing his hair. It's hard to upkeep. He has more bad hair days than good. So he said, enough is enough. Not to mention the fact that he had a receding hairline. He says that's due to genetics.
That's what I pretty much did. That's why I pretty much keep my head shaved. Right now, I need to shave it a little bit because it when you have a receding hairline, I'm trying to look like Kojak, not George Jefferson. So, yeah, if you're losing your hair, going bald is the cheapest and easiest way. Plus, you save on haircuts naturally.
And of course, using performance-enhancing drugs, of which he's 100% transparent. And so he said, time for a change.
If I'm going to go ahead and go for a short hairstyle, I might as well go the extra mile and go ahead and reorganize the hair follicles in my head.
And so he says, well, since I'm cutting off all my hair, I may as well have a hair transplant surgery. Many of you know that I, in fact, did the same thing only 2 years ago. Also, Chris Bumstead, Ian Valair, both of these guys, they traveled to Turkey. They also have hair transplant surgery. Hair transplant surgery, it's becoming...
Folks, don't do this at all. Don't go get a hair transplant, especially from Turkey, of all countries. They obviously went there because it's cheaper. Either that or they got some sort of endorsement and got it for free. But I wouldn't trust anyone from Turkey.
More common than ever before. And people are thinking, oh, how are you so vain? Why would you bother to do that? I mean, aren't you a man's man? Men don't care about their hair. Are you kidding me? So many men care about their hair. Men are just as vain as women. It's not like the 1940s where men can just look the way they want and no one would care. In today's day and age, there are pressure on both men and women to look amazing. Women, for example, will get breast implants. That's a very serious surgery. Think of it. You're putting things into your chest so that you appear to have larger breasts. The hair transplant, you're essentially just taking out follicles and putting them into your front. That, to me, far less intrusive than, for example, getting a BBL breast.
Far less intrusive. It's cosmetic surgery. There's nothing more intrusive than taking your ass hairs and putting it on top of your head, Ass hairs should only grow one place, and that's your ass, period. Non-negotiable.
Breast implants and so on.
Sometimes, bleeding is a factor, takes longer if you're fighting through someone that's really active. Especially like you work out a lot.
And so that's interesting. The more you work out, the more active you are, the more bleeding you're going to get. And that can affect how long it takes to actually perform the hair transplant surgery. For the most part, it's done within 8 hours. It's a long time. You're laying down. But many of you have had tattoos. Perhaps you've laid even longer. Now, they do offer pills, numbing creams, and so on to prevent it from hurting. And so I would highly recommend that you go for these things. Nothing worse than laying down for 8 hours and being in pain. And so imagine they're pulling hairs out and then re-putting them back in. That is a lot of pain. You're poking and prying. It would be very similar to getting a tattoo.
Age is a factor. Hair loss slows down probably around 45.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
For most, it does.
And so she's suggesting that after the age of 45, that men, they usually...
Thoughts on Jamie Foxx's hairline? I think it's all fucked up, Anyone that gets these hair transplants, it's the same as Frank Tufano's eye surgery. Because it's not something that's supposed to be natural, you're going to look like a weirdo. I mean, look at Greg. He doesn't even look right himself.
lose their hair a lot slower. Now consider I'm 48, got mine done at 46. Have you ever seen me missing most of my hair? It wasn't as if I was losing a lot of hair. However, in the crown, there was in fact some balding spots. And so I simply went and got more hair put in here, a little bit more in the front.
Just, we've been, 6 hours here? Face down on this.
And so he spent the first 6 hours on his face pulling out the hairs from the back. And so imagine, that is a lot of work. 6 hours in a laying down position. I find it difficult even 1 hour if I'm getting a massage.
You ever had anyone want to like transplant the hair in a different part of their body, like their balls or?
Yes.
Really?
And so imagine that people are transplanting their hair into their downstairs. But I mean,
it makes sense. It's you don't stand a risk of rejection. I mean, it is part of your body. But, it's still weird, What are you going to walk up saying? Nice hair. How did you get it? Oh, I took some hair from my ball sack and I put it on top of my head. Not exactly a good conversation piece. Just keeping it real and telling it to you like it is.
Hey, teach their own. Do what makes you happy.
Sorry, how many years have you been doing this?
Since 2002, so about 21 years.
Yeah.
And so if you think this is a new surgery, she's been doing it for 21 years, since 2002, and so it's nothing new. This is a very common practice. Many people thinking, oh, if
No, the hell it isn't. Most people don't. Most people are not vain enough to get hair transplants.
you're a man and you get a hair transplant, that makes you weird. Perhaps you have no confidence and no self-esteem. That would be like telling any woman that if she puts on makeup, she has no confidence or no self-esteem. Yet almost all women wear makeup. And just think of it. You go to the gym and you work out, you want to have a more aesthetic physique. You are perhaps getting skin cream, lotion, and even as men, you're getting a fresh fade, fresh haircut each and every week. Of course you're doing it for vanity. You want to look your best. But is there anything wrong with that? Is there anything wrong with dressing up with a nice pair of shoes, clean clothes? I don't think so.
What are you doing?
Not working out.
You're comparing wearing some clean clothes to getting a hair transplant? Get the heck out of here.
Exercise restrictions.
And so that is one of the things.
Yeah, Nate looks pretty bad with that thingamabob on his head.
I was not really aware of that. After you get a hair transplant surgery, you're not recommended to train for an entire month. You're not supposed to sweat, make the hair grafts not as strong, and so it's frowned upon to work out after it's done. I, for one, took about 3 days off. I then started bike riding, not going very hard, but I had a lot of fans. You want to be careful. You want to never touch your head or bounce into things. Remember, I was not willing to sacrifice an entire month in the gym just to have some more hair. And so if my hair all fell out, whatever. I was happy before I had the surgery, happy after I had the surgery, and so in the end, it doesn't matter.
Are you even you if you can't work out?
I'm sad. I'm not going to lie. I'm sad, but I know why I'm sad, and I know it fixes it, and it's exercise, and I'll be able to do that again.
And so he's kind of feeling sad. He's feeling a bit run down. He's not able to go to the gym. He can't train, and that is his passion. Remember how many of you felt that way during that time when you had to wear these Halloween masks? You remember feeling that way? They restricted you from going to the gym for
Wally, nobody has told me that. So
whatever reasons that they thought was beneficial, but yet, did it really make you feel good mentally, physically, socially, spiritually? I don't think so. The world was probably the saddest it's been in decades. And so totally can understand how it would feel to not be able to go to the gym. When I broke my elbows and had to stop training for a few days, that was very debilitating. I hated it. When I had hip surgery and I had to not go to the gym for 2 days, that was also frustrating. Or when I have pneumonia and I can't train for almost a week, very difficult. And so I truly understand what it's like to not be able to do what you love.
One of the reasons I made this video, guys, was just to kind of destigmatize things like this, because a lot of people think about them, but they don't. They're kind of concerned what other people think about them if they get that done. Like, oh, you're superficial, or you don't need that, or.
And so Juju Bufu talked.
Well, you are superficial because getting a hair transplant means that you're worried about what other people think about your hair, It is superficial and it is vain to get any type of transplant, any type of cosmetic surgery. You're trying to change what God intended to you. God intended you to go bald. Dang it, go bald.
Talks about how people are judging you. They say that you're superficial, but remember, they're projecting their feelings onto you.
Greg Doucette by a mile. I actually like Fran. I especially like the show The Nanny. That was a good show.
For some reason, feel this way. And so what they're doing is they're trying to take you down. Anyone that's putting you down for something, they somehow feel insecure about that in their own way. Think of it. Why would they judge you? Why would they put you down for something that you choose to do? You're not putting it on them. He's not saying everyone that's balding should go out and get hair transplant surgery. Why would he say that? He's saying...
I don't ever say anything to anyone that has a hair transplant, but if they ever ask for my opinion, well, I'm going to be honest with them because I'm their friend. I'm not going to lie to them and say it looks great. I'm going to tell them it looks like you painted you got a beaver on top of your head, If you stick your head in the water, you could probably build a dam with that motherfucker,
He wanted to get it done. And so why does it matter what he wants to do? Why can't we let other people do what makes them happy?
Let's face it, people build muscle to feel good, and this is cosmetic.
And so
well, with the Seepinate that I've been taking there, my workouts have been all over the place. I'm going to work out probably I mean, I'm working out sometimes twice a day, so it's increased.
After all, does it not take a real man, a man's man, to admit, I'm doing this for cosmetic reasons? I just want to look better. There's nothing wrong with being in tune with your feelings and telling the world exactly how you feel. Rather be an open book than be a closed off version of myself. I'd rather overshare than undershare. If somebody doesn't like you, so be it. Somebody else will. But imagine being a fake person all the time. Imagine pretending to be somebody that you're not.
There's nothing more fake than getting a hair transplant, period. I don't care how you sugarcoat it. Greg is only saying that because he had a hair transplant. I'll tell you right now, any type of cosmetic surgery, that means you're superficial, that means you're vain, you know. You can't live with what God gave you.
Just to appease or to pretend that everyone likes you. Who cares? If everyone likes the fake version of yourself, do they really like you? Or are they liking who you're pretending to be? I'd rather have 5 good friends that like me for me than 1,000 friends that like me for being someone else.
I don't need this, but I want it.
And so Juju says, I didn't need it. I wanted it. And I'm owning it. And you can say what you want. I don't care because he's a real man's man. He will own up to his feelings. He's not hiding it. He's open and transparent. He's not faking this, hiding it from the world. And so good on you, Juju Mufu.
I'm okay. So there we go.
You are okay.
You guys are okay.
And so let me know in the comments section, what are your feelings on hair transplant surgery now? Perhaps you hated it when Coach Greg did it. Oh my goodness. Holy jeez. How funny is it? It's a video with me and Juju in it right now. Biggest Men Take Over Planet Fitness featuring Thor, Hooper, Martins, Greg Doucette. So the next video, Coach Greg make an appearance with Juju Mufu. Actually, we hung out in Orlando. It was a great guy. It was great to meet him. Had great conversations. Can't wait to meet him again. And so let me know in the comments section, do you now think it's okay to get hair transplant surgery? Are you a wuss? Are you just some kind of pretty boy for doing this? Or is this something that you think is normal? Is it going to be normalized? When Coach Greg did it, perhaps it was like, huh?
It'll never be normalized. What is he talking about, you know? Getting a hair transplant is something that, 95% of Americans never do, you know? There's only a few people that are superficial and vain enough to get cosmetic surgery. It's really not that much.
Oh, what's up with that? What a loser. But now that you know that Ian Valaire, Chris Bumstead, and Juju Mufu have done it, and there are so many more, do you now think it's perhaps a little bit more normalized? Can we not just get hair transplant surgeries if we want? Is it really that much different than going to dentist and getting your teeth whitening? Or perhaps you got braces. You wanted to have a better smile. Does that make you a bad person?
Well, those are medical conditions. When you get braces, that means your teeth are crooked. So you're doing it for medical reasons, so you're going to be able to eat. Because if your teeth is crooked, how you going to chew on a nice, delicious steak, you know? Teeth whitening, I mean, you got to get your teeth cleaned for better health, you know? Because that way you don't get cavities and stuff, you know?
Does that make you insecure that you somehow don't love yourself? I do believe it's possible to love yourself, but love yourself enough to do something about it to make you the best version of yourself. For example, if you're 400 pounds, you can love your body. You can love it enough to lose some weight, to go for a walk, to eat healthy, to make it a healthier body. And so why is it bad to want to look better? And so we're interested to see your comments now. What do you think of hair transplant surgery? And of course, all of the supplement line, Coach Greg, Harder Than Life.
Yeah. Whatever. Good. Whatever. Like I said, it's superficial, you know. No, Wally, I wouldn't go to Turkey. Number one, Turkey and gay people don't mix, you know. I'd probably end up getting tossed off a building or something. And number two, it's still going to cost me money. I'd have to pay to fly down there. I'd have to pay for my time. All for a procedure that I don't want to begin with. And one in which I can probably get sick. I mean, there's a lot of people that get infections. For all the stories you hear about the successes, don't forget there's always going to be failures, you know. Now, to wash the stank off of this video, let's just do this here. Yeah.
Nature boy Rick Flarening.
Yes. All right, that's all the videos we're going to play. Like I said, this is always a Q&A, so get your questions in. If you want to put your donation in, you certainly can. So, all right. I'll tell you one thing, folks. The work never ends. It just doesn't. What'd y'all think of the, I wonder how many hits did Genova get on Spotify? I would love to know that. It'd be awesome if he went platinum with that. I mean, he'll probably go platinum in about 40 years or so, but... Would I? If I made a song? Probably not. I mean, I've never done a rap song. Who's going to be elected president in 2024? I talked about this on the live stream yesterday on the business of business because Trump got disqualified from Colorado. So, looks like they're trying to steal the election away from Trump, By all accounts, Trump should win, but you never know what'll happen these days, So, the answer, Wally, is I don't know. Yeah, I know. It takes a while, Athens, to figure out Genova's lyrics. It's a tough cookie to crack. Oh, boy. May as well get this stuff done. That way I'm not working all night because I'm probably going to head out later on. I need to get out of this house. Now, with my outdoor patio, folks, I'm able to hang outside more. Plus the lights at night, so that's pretty good. But sometimes you just gotta head downtown like Charlie Brown. You gotta chill and have the day. And Thursday is my favorite day to go out. The reason being, of course, naturally, is the midnight run is on Friday. And Saturday it's too crowded downtown. So Thursday, not too much. I'm not gonna go to the Swordfish and probably until next year, Wally. The reason being is I still got to cut back on a couple funds, of course. Well, that guy, what question did you ask? I don't see that you've asked a particular question. Last thing I saw was you talking about a fat Latina, or so. So ask the question again, because I didn't see it. Ooh, boy. You're asking about our lip injections? Probably, given the size of them. Again, I don't know why people want to do this, you know. Should you keep seeing her? I mean, if you like her personality, yes, you know. Just don't judge it on the physique, you know. Because remember, if you're going to really want to get with a girl, you know, just remember, if you get married, you know, usually marriage will last for quite some time, so you don't want to screw that up. Yeah, you definitely don't want to mess that one up. The only question you asked, You're the cat, was would you? Would you is not exactly a question, so you'll need to speak it in full. As far as to what the question is. If I miss your question, then just retype it in full, you know. That's all you gotta do. Oh, good deal, that guy. Remember, only you are the judge of who you want to be with. You know what I mean? Only you. Let's see. Oh, I purposely didn't answer that guy. Like I said, if your question is a little crass, then I may choose to ignore it, you know. It is the choice of the proprietor of this saloon to not answer certain questions there that I do not deem as appropriate. Or, in this case, a no-win situation. I'll tell you this right now, most bathhouses have pretty much dried up. That was like a 70s thing, for the most part. I mean, folks, when's the last time you've seen a bathhouse anyway? What am I getting my fans for Christmas? Nothing. Except good mints. I give you guys stuff every single day. And that's all these lovely live streams. I mean, I can't give you AIDS or herpes or anything like that, you know. I mean, those are gifts that keep on giving, but that's not the point, you know. What do you guys want for Christmas anyway? I'm just curious. Well, I mean, that's turkey, Wally. That's turkey. I got my father-in-law a brick house sampler. I'm not a big fan of brick house cigars. I've just never liked them. But like I said, if your father-in-law likes them, then buy him some more, you know. Some people can be very finicky when it comes to cigars. Well, you're asking me about a freaking bathhouse there, Cat. I mean, come on, really? Like I said before, when's the last time you've seen a bathhouse, you know? I've not seen a bathhouse in over 10 years, you know? I mean, but, you know, this is the happy hour live stream. You know, I don't want to spend an hour talking about fucking bathhouses. I just answered the question about Christmas, you know? Like I said, I give every day that I do a live stream is Christmas, you know? So, you're welcome. Some good head and some steak. Well, depending if you know, you can get on Tinder or Grinder, you know. As far as steak is concerned, I don't know what steakhouses you have around the area, but Roof Chris is good. If you don't have any steakhouses, you live in a small town, I would recommend just purchasing a steak and making sure that it's grilled. It's very hard to mess up a steak grilling it, you know. You should send... Are you kidding me? Do you know how much those tickets cost? Would I ever do another McDonald's? I hate McDonald's. McDonald's is just, ugh, you know? So, I mean, if I have something at McDonald's, it'll probably be a salad. McDonald's is such low quality food. It's not even worth the money. Hotel and flight food paid by... I hope he likes them. I will get my son some boxing shoes and some... Oh, that's good. That sounds like a... You know, I've not played the Nintendo Switch yet, so... I wonder what that's going to be like. Or I wonder what it is like. It's already been released naturally, so... I won't be collaborating with my cousin ever since he talked about those underage people. You know, that wasn't cool. How many carb meals I eat? Just 2. I mean, carbs are very important. I was doing a low-cal diet, a low-carb diet, but I stopped doing that because I didn't have any energy. But I still don't eat carbs after like 6 o'clock p.m. I should sell raffle tickets to my fans and the winner gets a... Oh, Lord. For me to do something like that, Frank, you would have to reveal your identity, you know? And most people want to stay private, so that... I don't think that would work out very fairly. You cooking a homemade natural good... It wouldn't be a burger, it'd be a steak. I mean, I already showed y'all a picture of my steak in one of my community pictures. I did that as a short, actually, in fact. I don't really watch NBA too much anymore, Chris. I don't really keep up with it. I did find out that Draymond Green got suspended, you know, and stuff. Indefinitely. NBA is just not interesting right now. I mean, at least to me. Maybe when LeBron leaves, I might be more interested. Just need some fresh blood. 3 meals and 2 small snacks. What sides go best with lobster? Coleslaw. And maybe a baked potato. But definitely coleslaw. Yeah, if you got, when you take your steak out, you don't take it from the fridge to the grill. You got to let it get the room temperature. Leave it on the counter for about an hour or so before you start cooking it. Would I date Chris Overholt? No. I can't slam dunk anymore. My bones are way too brittle. If I went up for a slam dunk, I'd be in the hospital for a couple of weeks. That ship is done sailed, folks. It's sailed. It ain't happening. Sean G's steaks will never be better than mine. Probably something small like peanuts, Nothing major. And most of the time it's going to be yogurt, but sometimes I'll have a little bag of peanuts as a snack. Because they're quick and convenient. Oh, I used to be able to dunk a basketball when I was growing up. But I'm way too old now and brittle. I mean, I wouldn't say brittle, but you guys know what I mean. I've not even played basketball in like over 20 years. So. I mean, I probably still could, but, I know I could still dribble a basketball, But that would be the most. Yeah, he cooks his steak in bacon grease, and you don't need to do that. You're supposed to cook it in a little bit of olive oil. And that's it. You don't need to be doing all that. And he cooks it in a dirty pan, too. That guy, I'm black. Black people can generally dunk a basketball. I mean, I'm 5'11". But yeah, I used to be able to dunk a basketball, but that's not impressive, I mean, I'm black. I mean, this is one thing that race does play a factor, I'm black, You have to understand Negroes have high what did my coach used to say? High twitch fibers in our legs, which allows us to have that explosion factor. Vince, you never cook the steak in olive oil, for crying out loud. It messes up the steak. No, it doesn't. Heck, Gordon Ramsay uses steak. I mean, ghee? No, I wouldn't cook it in butter. I mean, I grill my steaks. I just coat it in olive oil in order to keep it from drying out, Why do you think I haven't been able to dunk for that guy? I mean, it's not even number one, it's not even impressive to begin with, as far as dunking a basketball. And two, I definitely couldn't do it now, so. I mean, the argument in terms of the basketball is, dunking a basketball is pretty mute. Well, it's refined butter, Wally, but I would never cook a steak in butter. I know it's kind of popular, but I think it removes that natural flavor. Nobody's, Chris. I just, when I was growing up in Beaverview, we just played around the neighborhood, and that was it. I didn't really copy anyone's game. If we donate $500, would you film yourself going to the local park and attempting to dump now? Well, you can definitely donate the $500, but, I'll go to the park and shoot a three-pointer. But I can't dunk a basketball in this day and age, not where I'm at. Well, testosterone wouldn't help. Yeah, that's what my coach said back at Irwin High. He said something about high twitch fibers and shit. Well, if Lenny was a little bit leaner, he's a pretty tall guy, so he could probably dunk. Jay, I don't know. Me, like I said before, I don't know what the issue is. Yeah, yes, I'm 5'11", but so what? I could still dunk a basketball, or at least I used to. So I can dunk a basketball, and I can also do the soul pole as well. But we got about 15 minutes left, so get your questions in. Let's get a little music going. Yes, a little music to soothe the haters who think that I cannot play basketball. No, I'm not 5'5". Yeah, I could still palm a basketball. Now, I could show you guys that. I could show. I mean, if I get a basketball, I can palm it. Yeah, I could show y'all. I could show y'all me doing that. Yeah, regulation. Yeah, that's feasible. I mean, if y'all want me to do that on camera, I can do that. I mean, look at my hands. I mean... I got pretty big hands, so yeah, I can palm them. Remember that pic I posted of you and all your friends and you were the shortest? Yeah, those guys were like basketball players. They were like 6'6" and 6'7". They were way taller. Hey, Lionheart, what's up? No R. Kelly. Copyright. I'm horrible at throwing footballs. I can't throw one at all, Chris. I never got down throwing a football. I mean, it just wobbles all over the place. I'm not going to split a grape on cam like Kai Green does. Okay, Sean G, my hand is bigger than your hands. My hands are better than your hands. Well, that's good, Lionheart. I mean, you can be healthy on any type of diet. But for a vegan diet, it is super difficult, and it's not something everyone can follow. Plus, you'll have deficiencies in a number of things, such as creatine, for example. No, Jay, I'd beat you on the basketball court. I may be crippled and everything like that, and I may not have played in a while, but you ain't gonna be beating me. No, I can throw a frisbee pretty well. How did you know? I can definitely throw a frisbee. I used to play that frisbee golf back in the day. But yeah, I can toss a good frisbee. What do you think about that? All right, folks, 13 minutes left. Get your questions in. If you wish to put a donation in, you can. But be sure to smash that like button there. I don't have a basketball with me. I've not played in 20 years, so why would I keep a basketball around? I sell basketballs, but I'm out of the rock composite one until probably April. I've done it before, but again, we're talking about things we did 20 years ago. I would have to practice a little bit, but I probably could, I could probably still spin a basketball on my finger. No, Wally, I yell, brick! No, we don't showcase. Well, Chris, the Rock is a very popular ball I sell. Usually around Christmas, I'll sell about 50 or 60 of them. But I don't have any balls, you know. I mean, I got balls down here, but I have no Rock composite balls. For some reason or another, we're out of them. I'm out of them. My supplier's out of them. That does hurt sales, too. I like PowerTech equipment. It's actually pretty good. It's pretty good home gym equipment. Especially their leverage systems. It's safe and, you know, you're going to get a pretty good workout. Yeah. But yeah, PowerTech makes some good equipment. How was I when I dunked? When I was probably 13. I mean, I've been 5'11" since I was 10. I mean, I just had my growth spurt and then I stopped growing. So when I got the 13, 5'11", I was able to dunk. But again, it's not something that's very impressive. A lot of people that are 5'11" can dunk. I mean, look at Muggsy Bogues or Spud Webb. I mean, Spud Webb's like 5'7" and he was able to dunk. He won a slam dunk contest, folks. Let's see how tall Spud Webb was. Y'all remember Spud Webb, don't you? Spud Webb was 5'6", and he won a slam dunk contest. Yep, NBA slam dunk contest, 1986. 5'6", folks. And plus, don't forget, I have very long arms. So, Muggsy's dunked before, I think. Well, if not him, I know Spud Webb did. Like I said, he won a contest. And that other guy, I can't remember his name. He was pretty short. Well, that guy also have very long arms, too. Don't forget. I got some giant tree-swinging arms. You have to remember, it's not just the height. It's also how long your arms are as well. That makes all the difference as well as being able to have the reach. Hey, Natasha. I mean, it doesn't make any difference there, that guy. Again, slam dunking is not very impressive in the scheme of things. And I certainly couldn't prove it to you because I can, I'm not in a position to where I would be able to slam dunk safely. I definitely end up breaking my leg. Plus, I'm a lot heavier than I was, You have to understand, this is before bodybuilding. So I was pretty long and slender. Yeah, I got a long Johnson, too. I got a big old dick, I bet you if I bet you I could probably slam dunk with my ding dong. No more fight videos. YouTube slapped me across the face with their John Holmes. What is impressive on the basketball court? I think three-pointers. I think people who can hit bunch of three-pointers from distance consistently, I think that's very impressive. Like Larry Bird and stuff and Jordan. I mean, think about it for a minute. It's easy to slam dunk. You're going to be right up there in front of the goal. But a three-pointer, it requires more technique and accuracy than doing a slam dunk. So that's why it's more that's why a three-pointer is going to always be more impressive than a slam dunk. I mean, Shaquille O'Neal can slam dunk, but his kryptonite is hitting a three-pointer. I think I've only seen him hit 2 3-pointers in his career. I've already done the soul pole. You missed it, If you come in here late, you get no soul pole. You'll have to play back the video to get your soul pole. Either that or come over my house and open up your mouth wide like, You'll get a soul pole, all right. No, I don't smoke hookahs. Those are for hippies. Only hippies use hookahs. No. You should have been here earlier. Fuck off. If y'all want to hear the soul pole, then replay the show. No, hookahs are not dangerous. I just think they're lame. I mean, I've went to a place, Hookah Joe's in Asheville, with a bunch of friends, and we smoked on a hookah. But I still thought it was kind of lame. All right, folks, 5 minutes left. Get your questions in. No, I'm definitely not into BDSM. What are you talking about? Ew. Ew. Who's got a bigger cock? Me. By a long shot. McCuck probably has a chicken dick or something, you know. Me soul brother, big penis. McCuck, little penis. That is one thing I can assure you, my Johnson is bigger than his. Do I think Jason Blaha will be headed to jail soon? Oh, yeah, he's going to go to jail, but there's no telling when. But I can almost guarantee he's going to end up in fact, I'm pretty sure that he'll probably end up in prison if he keeps up with what he's doing. Well, you want me to whip it out? No. Again, me. Sorry, soul brother have big penis, you know. That's one stereotype I like about my people. We got big penises. It's good to be a nigger sometimes. Yep. No, we only got like 3 minutes left before the show ends, Latasha. Like I said before, if you get here late, tough shit, you know. We're probably about the same size. I might be slightly bigger. The way I'm dressed, I just got a sweater on, you know. Like I said, I'm in the coldest side of the of my house. So I got to stay warm. What shoes am I wearing? Let's see. These. Just some driving loafers. Now tonight, I shall be wearing these. I'm a big fan of driving loafers, folks. They're so comfortable. That's what I'm going to be wearing tonight. No, it's definitely not safe to replace water with vodka and a hookah. Of course he is, KCB. He still has to make some money. But folks, it is 6 o'clock p.m. and that is the end of Happy Hour live stream. I want to thank everybody for joining me. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for the midnight run, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 12, 4 hours of mints. We're going to always have a good time. So I'll catch you guys later. And as always, peace and soul.